What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the big news of the day. Stellar Blade 2 is officially official. This came as part of financial results released by ShiftUp today, and they posted. They didn't even really speak about it. We didn't get it's no trailer or anything like that. I'm sure that'll come eventually. But we just got a nice little chart that really, I think, actually even beyond Stellar Blade, really shows that they're quite busy. And we'll talk about kind of the length of when these things are going to come. They're moving fast. If this is something that they can actually stick to, which I feel like is not a 100% guarantee, right? No game is ever guaranteed to come out when they say that it is. But if they can do it, they would be moving at a much faster pace than most game developers out there. So you look at this chart, and, two of the six are Stellar Blade, right? You have that Project Witches game, which is also supposed to come out before 2027, by the way. I think that's the multiplayer RPG game. So that one is interesting. That's something definitely to keep an eye on. But then you see the Stellar Blade category, and you see platform expansion as well as a sequel. So the platform expansion is most likely talking about PC. I guess it doesn't have to be. It could come to Xbox. That's definitely something that I imagine probably ends up happening maybe in another year or so. So it could be talking about that, as long as it falls before 2027, right? I guess it would kind of fall into that. But sequel, so literally, right? And it's under the Stellar Blade. It's in blue. You can see on the far left that Stellar Blade console is blue. So, it matches up all the tests there. We are getting a sequel to it. Now, again, I think the biggest element of this entire thing is not even necessarily that it's getting a sequel. I mean, that's freaking awesome. It deserves it. You love to see it with these type of games in terms of how they release games that have really good ideas, are a little rough around the edges. We talk about these quite often. Games nowadays face a lot of pressure, and they need to be extremely good. They need to sell extremely well, and oftentimes games that are so-so aren't given a chance as much as they were, say, 10, 15 years ago, when a lot of games could try that, be so-so, sell okay, and then still get a sequel, and the sequel could be freaking awesome. It's harder now. So for Stellar Blade to come out and, I would say, do most things very well. I don't think everything was done very well, but I would say overall it's an incredibly solid, if not great, whatever you want to say is your kind of keyword there. It's a game that is really good, and it deserves a sequel. And the fact that you're getting a sequel is awesome, but then the fact that it's coming out before 2027, that is very fast. Now, may I just say, maybe even playing devil's advocate against myself, to be able to release it, so you're before 2027, so even if you say fall of 26, okay, you're looking at a year and a half away. That is, number one, insane. But looking at it as in the max that it could possibly be is not even 3 years. Even if it came out in the 3-year, say, anniversary of the game, that's in 27. So I don't know. I for one, am very excited that it's real, but also I'm going to kind of not expect it in 26. I mean, that's what they're saying. And so if you want to mark September through December of 2026 as a possibility, you go ahead. I'm not going to stop you, right? You go ahead and do that. But to get a game that's a sequel in less than 3 years, I mean, okay, was it possible back in 2010? Yeah. You got trilogies that were made in 3, 4, 5 years, okay? Mass Effect, for one, you could think of. God of War went through a trilogy really, really quickly. It's definitely been done. But I don't know. Nowadays, that's asking a lot. So great that it's happening. I just don't know if it could come out, less than 3 years. Because then you kind of wonder about the ambition and, how, I mean, literally, I guess staying on that word, right? How ambitious would a sequel be if they're only given 2.5 years to make it? They're talented. They definitely are a talented bunch. But can they do something that we would want as a sequel, where you learn lessons and you really make just quite literally a bigger and better game? Can you do that in such a short amount of time? We'll see. I mean, I would love this to be more of the norm, to be quite honest with you. I want to see this more often, but you got to prove it. You got to actually release in this time frame to prove that you're capable of doing it. So either way, freaking awesome that it's happening. Again, I'd say biggest news story of the day, maybe even of the week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.